Hey guys, and how's it going? So on the last Yahoo on this thing, we got the engine all together and everything kind of squared away. Took it out for a blast beat run. That thing screws right along, and apparently it does a little bit of burnouts too. You won't tell. But it does not want to idle, so we're gonna go pop the body back off of it, get the top of the carburetor cleaned out, and see if that fixes its ailment. There's not much holding it on. It's just going to be essentially those two bolts. Lift the cushion out of the center, and there's two quick releases underneath here that hold it kind of like a Jeep hood, from the Jeep hood down. So let's see if we get that taken care of. Let's see how easy I can make this look. That was sarcasm, in case you didn't notice. And I think it was asked to come up over the bolts first. Then the front can lift out. It's not very heavy. The whole body's probably 15 pounds. Just bulky. We're in. That wasn't bad. Those three. Close that choke. Don't drop anything in there. Back gasket breaking. That's not a good thing. I wouldn't say I see a terrible amount of crap in there. There's a little bit of water. Might be a little bit of water in there. Let's go see. Actually, no, that's pretty good. That does not look too bad. I think I'm just going to go pull out that jet right there, the idle adjustment screw. The main has a plug that enters to the side of the bowl. I don't think we were having a problem with the main though. They seem to run fine. I just didn't want to idle. Not quite sure. Yeah, it doesn't look all that dirty. Hard to get you closer wherever we are, but you're gonna have to watch from back there. I already got those jets out from a little poof of air. That one. I should really take that main out, but I gotta pull the carb to do that, and to do that it's got funky screws that are on from underneath. It's not like a regular easy to get to setup. I know, I'll pay for it later. Let's see what we get. Yeah, we just turn the idle way up and we race it around. So we gotta make sure these little ports are open too. I'm going to go look under magnifying glass, make sure they are looking good, and clean it up, put it back the other way it came apart. Let's go see if that'll fill that carb now. She's a happy one. Nice. it all up, tighten that chain up a little bit. We'll give her seems to idle fine. Time to dust off my beaver. Yeah. For those who don't know, this is something we put together about 2 years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. It had a Villers drivetrain, which is a, I believe it's English, British motorcycle engine that was totally underwater, rotted to death. It got converted to, I think this is a 6.5 or an 8 horsepower. Put a CVT transmission on it with a reverse gearbox so it can go forward and backwards because it kind of needs to. And it's supposed to be amphibious, although you think it's crappy on land, you should see it in the water. I haven't done anything with it. It's been sitting up there for quite a while. It does have racing gas in it with no alcohol. Hopefully that still may be okay. I think it's time that we go see if it'll fire up and if it'll run. If it'll move. And I gotta remember what's what. Choke. It would have been nice if I labeled what was what. I believe that one was run. And you crank it. Well, that was an easy cold start. You're gonna stay running, but the battery held up pretty good too. It's one of those deep cycle, I think like a backup for like your fire suppression system, that kind of thing. Yeah, that even held a charge too. Nice. Out of my way. Bright and early Saturday morning, ready for a road trip. Well guys, this is me in the future. Unfortunately, we had a little bit of an issue with camera. A piece of hot carbon, I think, went and gave you a sty in the eye right about there. It's since been removed. The camera does have a little bit of damage. I ordered new ones, but some of the footage has gotten screwed up in this video, so it's either distorted or we lost it altogether. Unfortunate, but it is what it is. Back to the show. And 4 hours later. Whoa, zoom me out. This is where I hopefully can hurt myself a little bit later.
I got release forms. My lawyer's all
you should.
My lawyer buddy.
Have you seen any of my videos? And we're trying to get one of Jimmy's going. And for those who don't know, by the way, that's Jimmy Diresta walking away from me. Say hello. We're gonna try to get his carts going. You got one here. I think there's another one, might be already pushed outside. There it is. Is that one good to go, or is that one need love too?
That one's good. I mean, it needs a love, but it runs and stops.
Okay. So right now we have no brakes because the pin fell out.
Yep. Oh. There you go. Chance that it's
Push down. This is souped up 50 times, but there is shit in here.
I could drill one.
Well, Jimmy went to go get a part for the brake. I'm gonna go pull the float ball off, see what we got for fuel. It'll run, but doesn't like to idle. So I have a feeling there's a little bit of crap in here. Judging by the dirt that's on the outside of the bowl. Let's go cop that. Let's see what we got. It's not terrible. Just dirty. Old. I should say not dirty, just yellow. Don't see any water. That's a good sign. I think it might be just suffering from just old gas. Maybe we'll just run that through. I have some fresh stuff in my truck. Maybe I'll bring over. I don't see a gas can with us. This is the same engine that was on my cart when it started. It's like a 5, Honda 5.5. And now I'm running 16. Let's go see what that does for us. Okay, let it fill up. That might be an issue. Those self-adjusting machines. Let's see what she does.
Between three of us, and two more we need to get when he's going, so.
I think you need more tools.
Wow. I left a couple in the truck, so.
There's my setup. There's his.
So.
You got me beat.
And that's my service pack. I'm a mechanic for Domino's.
Oh yeah?
So I keep one of their facilities in Madison, New Jersey running.
So you're gonna go fire up that pizza oven for us in a little bit and get that going?
Yeah, sitting there. That's easy. Gas. Oh yeah, most definitely.
Alright. Pizza's for everybody. Would help if I turn the gas on with the carb. Let's go give that a shot again.
Anything in there?
There is, kind of, sort of.
Big judges.
Yeah, it's a polywog or two kind of swimming around in there. I don't know if it's normal. And that throttle. Running with the choke on a little bit right now. It lives.
Well done.
Kind of a Kind of dances around there a little bit. Other than that, it's fine.
These pulleys are offset, so this belt's going to get anchored pretty well too.
I think the bottom pulley's kind of
It's got to help
hit a
guide
rock,
it,
yeah. Yeah, it'll be fine.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Uh-oh. Now you did it. So we're looking at our slight misalignment of our belts there. I don't know if that shows up or not. But if you look underneath, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all loose and hanging. You guys can't even see, can you? Those 4 are hanging, and it's all over to the right. So let me see if we can kick that over a little bit and get those cranked down. May help our cruising speed.
I don't even know if that's going through the plate, to be honest with you.
Is it like an upper and a lower plate, you think?
Yeah. I see that one. That one's sitting right there.
Look, there's a spacer in between it though, doesn't it? There's a gap of like 3/4 of an inch. That's it.
Alright, so
You think hit it with a hammer, kick it over to the left a little?
yeah, why not? Well, I don't know where though.
Can you get a hit on the plate right here maybe?
No.
Oh,
It's not really there.
it moved about 1/2 inch already.
Pick it up and move. That's perfectly aligned there. So if we bolt it down that way.
You think another fire up?
There you go.
I think somebody's back with a pull.
What do you think?
You already got brakes on one side. It's got brakes on both sides, so one side was still hooked up.
Oh,
That's
good.
probably how it was working last time.
It was 1/4 fine, so we have 1/4 course. He's just welding a new rod inside there. And then I got the teeth of that. So Aaron's over there. Let's see. Let's start.
Going home, that's it.
Oh shit.
Suzuki motor, yeah.
Really?
God damn. And then
Yeah, well, what's the cart
you're
weight?
like a full-time
150?
machinist?
Yeah.
You're like a shredded machinist full-time doing this type
Well,
of
I do machinist work, but mostly I work on small engines, tractors. That takes the breath out of you. Try it.
You just run it like an open carburetor without an air cleaner or
Not
anything?
an ounce of
I have an
pad.
air cleaner, I just didn't put it on yet.
Inches off the ground.
Oh,
Beautiful.
look how close the rotor is.
Is that a steering brake or what? Is that a steering brake or just a brake?
It's a drift brake plus
Okay.
a steering brake. So if you want to panic and hit that or lock it sideways.
That's the live axle, yeah.
I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to make it around, but
I said the same thing.
Surprised you haven't clipped that on a couple of the.
I brought a bunch of extra
Oh,
stuff in case I
fair.
do.
Oh, it's a sporty track. Like you just said, like, if go-kart swap meets aren't a thing, I think we just invented it.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't know.
Easy on the throttle, you'll be all right. The turn with the handbrake.
Hook it around, you mean?
Yeah, oh yeah, you can just light it, you know, just as you're entering in a turn, just touch that brake and it'll set it in perfect.
You use the hand more or the foot? Well, you're just more used to the hand part of it?
I use the hand part of it because I like setting it in too fast.
Okay.
And then it gets sideways and slows you down that way, so
Like you get ready to jump out of the plane. What's this for? Like, what's the plug?
that's just for a kill switch.
Oh, shit, okay.
But it's an attachable steering wheel off a race car, so I figured, well, it's gonna have to get out of the way because, you know, just is what it is. Just keep your thumb on that kill switch in case you get in panic mode. Well, you don't have to tell you anything. Just hang on and beat it like a redheaded stepchild. Ready?
Yeah.
Switch up. Okay, if anything gets hairy, keep your hand on that kill switch. Okay.
That's
Which way
live
is
or
down?
dead?
Which way's down? Which way is, oh shit, I'm in trouble. All right, there you go.
Yeah, something fell off. Your turn. Slight difference in speed.
people common sense it. We don't have to like come up with a list of rules.
Lost the tire. Yeah. It's sitting off the bead.
I brought 10 spares. We're good to go.
I was watching that one right off the rim coming off.
Thank God you showed up, dude.
That wasn't baked in when he took off, right?
It is now.
Yeah.
Go for a lap!
Hang on.
I don't know how you fucking drive this.
Carefully. I drive it carefully.
You gotta see, he's like an Olympic athlete.
Lost the chain?
Great.
That's all you can say. Done. How's your kidneys?
Yeah, my fillings in there.
How long is the shaft on that? Is it really that long?
Yep. The sleeve. It was a generator motor. It's like the Bermuda Triangle of chain area. It's your turn now.
Just too much power for that little chain.
See, mine, the sprocket was walking.
Maybe that's what happened here. I mean,
Yeah. Yeah, you're
Oh,
off to
yeah.
the right. Same thing.
oh, it's bent. The whole bracket's bent. Watch it roll forward.
Yeah, that might be an issue.
The axle's bent.
Is it?
Look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Look at it wiggling it. Womp, womp.
Holy.
Too much power, you think?
Or it stuffed the sprocket, you know?
Could have.
That's cool. That's cool.
Look at all the rubber inside the carburetor. That's good for it, right?
Or you know what I think happened? Maybe when it came off and bound, it pulled up on the axle real hard.
That's a chromoly axle. That shouldn't do that. That's when you know you're making power. Is when it bends the axle that bad.
Wah, wah. Would you bring another one of those with you?
No. Probably should have.
Does she got an arbor press over there?
I think so, yeah.
We might be able to.
She's begging me to go home and deal with the kids anyways. So.
Oh yeah.
Look at the axle.
Oh, it's just something happened to it, torqued it?
Yep.
I think the chain popped off. When it popped off, it got real tight, pulled up on the axle. Because you were fine right before that.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, it's gonna.
It's so effortless.
Yeah, that's nice.
My chain's staying on now, too. Nice now.
The 4th of July, you gotta go fireworks for the kids, so. We could put it on the hydraulic press and flatten it out. Square it up.
I got another one over there.
But, you know, it is definitely fun being on the move. But sometimes you just.
I'm thinking of the same thing myself too. When I'm sitting here for a second, I keep getting this done, I keep getting that done. But then it's, you know, it is fun, definitely.
That's why I said on the podcast, like, you know,
When your
people
brain
start-
races,
Tell me now.
Jeremy.
Hey, nice to meet you.
That's a lot of letters.
Not many of us
I
in the
just call
world.
you Jerry.
That definitely.
Jeremy.
Yep.
I got it right?
You're like the 7th Jeremy I've met. Besides the famous ones like
Nice. Thanks, buddy.
I don't know. What do you want to say?
This is it? We're done?
Winding down.
We're winding down. Oh, it's about Well, are we on camera?
That's fine. I'll clip it to whatever.
I'm just saying.
There's a red light.
Is our heads?
Yeah.
You're framed up now.
Oh, cool. Well, it was a great day.
Awesome.
It was a great, I mean, honestly, by you coming, you really made it a great day by bringing a couple of carts and, you know, your credibility. My Instagram was blowing up all day. Like, oh my God, Musty's there. Someone who's like, oh my God, I can't believe you're hanging out with Musty.
Same here.
Yeah, man, thank
Sir,
you so much.
thank you so much.
It's a great day.
Making It podcast. Jimmy Diresta on YouTube. And what's the other podcast?
Fitzall podcast. It's another one.
Awesome. I watched a Making It one a lot. I listened to it Making It one.
Thank you.
A lot.
Nice.
I like that one. It's my
I
favorite.
appreciate it. Well,
Guys.
it's going to be in the vlog, so.
Cool. Thanks. All right, guys, we're back at the shop. Had a blast at Jimmy's place for something that was kind of put together last minute. It turned out awesome. Not a very big crowd, but it actually kind of works out decent that way, especially with everything that's going on. But towards the end, it started losing power. I believe it's just not getting full throttle is my guess, but when you go to take off the line, it used to smoke the tire and now it's not doing so. It's just not revving very high. I don't think it's the clutch. But so let's get the body off of it, take a quick look, see what's going on with that, see if we can repair it and take her for a couple more rips. The only other problem I ran into is the chain popped on me, and I thought I just over torqued too much power on the chain, but it ended up being the bottom sprocket walked. The keys were loose and it just slid over to the side, which caused it to bind up. All right, let's hit that gas pedal and see what we get. Oh yeah, it's not even getting close to what it should be getting. But they just knock off the washers. And she's getting about half throttle. Well, that would do it. So what I have is an adjustment. Or if the cable just slid in the holder. There's a holder right there pinching the cable. I have a feeling maybe it's just not quite tight. Actually, you can kind of see where it was too. There's the old stain. You may have to see if I can just pull right on it. Yeah, well, there's your problem. I think we can get a little tighter on that and maybe put something external on the back side of it so that it stays put and we get more go-go juice. And that's all the way in. Let me take that apart. See if we can crimp that. Oh, it's all one piece. Let's see if we can put a little dent in that thing. Spread it open. Try to anyway. Leave that in there. See if we can go with the modified vice grips, give her a little bit of crush. There you go. Then we put the bolt back in it, and that should be enough to hold it. Go away. Let out. It turned to fun mode. Now should go. Damn it. Yes. That's more like it. Well, I'd say this might make a better test track. Pardon me, coming through. Pardon me. Well guys, I must say that was absolutely a blast. This is the perfect place to go try to open one of these up compared to a little tiny track. It was really enjoyable to go and see what it can do. It probably tops out at, I don't know, 40. I want to say 40 is probably its top speed, and it gets there fairly quickly for the heavy pig that it is. It does awesome with that engine. Clutch has held up well. Everything seems to be doing just fine. I thought that clutch was really going to burn up. It's not quite rated for that horsepower, but it's not geared too tall where I think it would overheat it. It seems like it's doing fine. Plus, at Jimmy's place, a bunch of people kind of ran around. It wasn't getting full throttle, so it really wasn't hurting it as much as it is now. Now it just does burnouts when you go to take off. But it's a blast. It's pretty much everything I wanted it to be. I was going to do a motorcycle engine with it. I actually have a motorcycle that was going to be the donator for it, but I think the way it's turned out, other than possibly maybe switching it over to a live axle would be the next step. You lose a little bit of steering with that, but it's a blast. When you're on it, you can see it kind of like when you give it gas, it kicks one direction, and you let off, it kicks back the other direction because it's driving that one wheel. But once you get used to it, you learn to compensate for it, and it's just a blast. If they ever made a ride like this, it'd be awesome instead of the little tracks that they're on now. So with that, guys, I'm gonna go sign off. I want to thank all you for hanging out with me and just having some fun and being a kid again. So until the next one, I'll see you later. Bye.